Her accuracy saw her take the lead at the second last station. She charged home to take gold.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most awesome under-the-radar sports played at the Summer and Winter Olympics that certainly deserve a lot more attention.
He is the Olympic champion for men's individual archery. What a moment for him.
Number 10, Rugby Sevens.
It's one of those hairs standing up on the back of the neck moments. The Olympic final. A gold medal at stake.
There was quite a lengthy hiatus for rugby at the Summer Olympics. 15-a-side matches were discontinued after the 1924 games. It then took nearly a century, 92 years more precisely, for rugby to make its return at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games.
And again it's a Fiji try, and it's Leone Nakarawa.
But it wasn't the original setup. Rather, this would mark the start of the discipline known as Rugby Sevens, in which each team trots out 7 players for a game involving physicality, endurance, speed, agility, and teamwork. Fiji won the first men's gold medal in the sport, while Australia came out on top for women.
World Series champions and now history makers. The Aussie women, the first team to win gold in Olympic Sevens.
For those who dread sitting down for hours to watch a sporting event, Rugby Sevens' fast-paced 14-minute games may be an attractive element. Number 9, canoe, slalom, and sprint. Canoeing has been a staple at the Summer Olympic Games since 1936. Both disciplines, sprint and slalom, the latter of which joined the party in 1972, are intriguing races along the water that warrant more public attention. Canoe sprint, which takes place on flat water, is the way to go for those looking for sheer speed.
This is poetry, this is passion, this is power from the Brazilian.
Whereas canoe slalom, which occurs on an artificial whitewater course, may be preferred by others due to its element of tactical navigation.
He now has to paddle with freedom. He's going to have to take some risks.
That's because there are 18 to 25 gates through which the athletes must, well, slalom. Either way, when it comes to both canoeing events, what's impressive and potentially appealing for the public is the combination of technique, concentration, and speed.
It's unbelievable just how much water is flowing down this course, which is there or thereabouts 400 meters.
Number 8, skeleton, extreme sliding. That's one way to characterize the electrifying winter sport that is skeleton.
Martin's do course set the fastest time in practice for this event and build up a push-off speed of 51.3 kilometres per hour on the way to reaching a higher speed of 130.3 kilometres per hour in his ride.
It first appeared at the St. Moritz Winter Olympics in 1928, made a brief comeback at the 1948 Games before missing out on the next 13 events. Since its return in 2002, skeleton has become a consistent winter event.
The Russian building a fastest time of over 131 kilometres per hour, that being over a second faster than his nearest rival.
The sport involves the competitor starting with a sprint before hopping on their sled in plank position, and then zooming headfirst along an ice track. Gravity and kinetic energy are integral factors of skeleton. Also, focus, stillness, and tiny movements of the head, shoulders, and feet to steer are key. Precision is everything here, as races are often won by milliseconds. Beside all that, the cool helmets are a plus. Number 7, trampoline. The incredible acrobatics involved in trampolining make for a captivating spectacle.
Looking very strong through all her twisting parts.
The event first appeared at the Olympics in the 2000 Games in Sydney. Men and women alike soar over 25 feet in the air while performing a series of twists, bounces, and somersaults. While the sport has certainly become popular, the elaborate body movements, superb body control, and overall exceptional technique necessary, in addition to the high-flying nature of it, still make it underrated.
Here she goes. Looking clean. This is impressive.
Plus, for many of us who have fun childhood memories of bouncing on a trampoline, these athletes show us all the amazing aerial maneuvers that we ourselves could never do.
She's looking strong. There is some travel, but it's not too serious. Good height on the last skill.
Number 6, table tennis. It can be riveting watching 2 skilled table tennis players whack a ball back and forth over the net. Table tennis has been a sport at the Summer Olympics since 1988 and has been dominated by China. At the Olympics, the intensity level during an epic rally can be through the roof. The speed, spin, accuracy, and body movements utilized by players is amazing. They, however, have to stand somewhat far away from the table compared to the typical friendly amateur match in your buddy's basement. Sure, most people are familiar with this sport, whether they refer to it as table tennis or ping pong, but the real question is, do they watch it during the Olympics? Well, they should. Number 5, modern pentathlon. Fencing, freestyle swimming, equestrian show jumping, pistol shooting, and cross-country running. Yeah, that's 5 different sports, but they mold into one Olympic event known as modern pentathlon.
First, athletes had to swim 200 meters.
Baron Pierre de Coubertin, founder of the modern Olympic Games, was fond of the ancient games version of the pentathlon, which consisted of running, jumping, javelin, discus, and wrestling. He wanted to incorporate an updated version that would test a complete athlete, and so he proposed the modern pentathlon.
Next was riding, where athletes navigated 15 jumps on horses drawn at random.
1912 marked the first edition of the competition, while a women's event was introduced in 2000. Modern pentathlon doesn't get the public attention it deserves relative to other Olympic sports, particularly given its lengthy history and the way it tests athletes' versatility.
4 shooting stations were spread throughout the 3.2-kilometer run.
Number 4, archery. Focus, precision, and consistency are vital in archery, a sport that debuted at the Olympics in Paris in 1900. South Korea has dominated the category, winning 13 more gold medals and 10 more total medals than the second most successful nation.
If An San can finish this off with a perfect set, then the Dutch, well, you just have to say you're beaten by the better side.
Taking into account the size of the targets and the distance from which the archers shoot their arrows, this unique competition is pretty awesome. Targets measure 122 centimeters in diameter, and archers stand 70 meters or about 230 feet away. Can you believe how far that is?
The gold medal, is it heading to Korea? It is! It's an 8!
So next time you watch Olympic competitors launch arrows through the summer sky, remember the extraordinary concentration it takes to hit those distant bullseyes.
If this 22-year-old from Turkey scores a 10, he is the Olympic champion.
Number 3, artistic swimming. Once known as water ballet, this sport now commonly goes by artistic or synchronized swimming. At the Olympics, the event is presented as both duet and team competitions. The pool-based sports require water aerobics, flexibility, attention to detail, choreography, and synchronization among teammates. All of this, along with the incorporation of music, results in an unparalleled spectacle. Artistic swimming first made its way to the Olympics in 1984 and has provided numerous entertaining moments since. Obviously, the athletes compete for the highest scoring routines, but for viewers, the unique artistry of the sport allows it to be interpreted not only as a competition, but as a performance or show as well. Number 2, badminton. Hitting the birdie back and forth over the net is considered a fun, casual outdoor activity by many. But there's nothing casual about Olympic badminton. These athletes engage in intense, fast-paced rallies that demand ultra-quick reflexes, sharp decision-making, and superb hand-eye coordination. Badminton became an official event at the 1992 Summer Games in Barcelona. The competition includes single and double events for men and women separately, as well as mixed double events. Matches are best-of-3 series with each individual game played to at least 21 points. This racket sport is wildly popular, especially in Asia, yet it's a bit of an unsung hero at the Olympics. Its skillful and entertaining nature definitely warrants a much larger global audience. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, handball. Although it first appeared at the Berlin Olympics in 1936, handball wouldn't become a mainstay at the Games until 1972. It's a fairly popular team sport in Europe, but hasn't caught on nearly as much in other places, such as the US. According to the International Olympic Committee, handball sits in the 4th out of 6 tiers of popularity among Summer Olympic sports. That takes into account TV viewership, internet popularity, public surveys, ticket requests, press coverage, and the number of national federations.
Swap back to his right hand again. There he goes, right. and then swap again.
Clearly, handball doesn't draw quite the same attention as some other Olympic sports, but it should. The sport, which requires teamwork, strategic positioning, throwing accuracy, deception, and agility, among other qualities, is certainly worth a watch. Let us know in the comments which of these Olympic sports you're most interested in watching.
When you see it in real time, it looks pretty much perfect, didn't it? It was very good indeed.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.